to the channel. Welcome back to Midlife Crisis. This is our first update video after we replaced the bumper on my 650S Spider, and what a disaster it was.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's better looking without the bumper than it is with it.
Yeah, I think it was alright.
So we're going to give you an update on our plans for the bumper. We're going to give you an update on the paint choice we chose. We're going to show you a little bit of what we're gonna have to go through to get this McLaren 650S ready for that car show that I was talking about, get the full renovation done. As you can see up here on the hood, I've already got some parts from a couple different sources. We're gonna take you through that unboxing of each of those, and then at the end of the video, we have a very special first modification that Edward has already been working on for quite a while for the McLaren 650S. So, yeah, you are showing them. You don't remember?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see? All right.
We'll see.
So make sure you stay to the end of the video, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. All right, so in the last video, we showed everybody that we're probably gonna have to kind of hodgepodge the bumper together.
Yeah, that's what we thought. I don't know that we're gonna have to hodgepodge anything together.
Why is
I think
that?
it's gonna go back straight and it's gonna go back right.
Okay, so we showed everybody the carbon fiber lower bumper.
Right.
But I was able to already get some stuff that you said I needed to get that we should not reuse from the old bumper. So
No, we're not using a lot from that old bumper, but let's just...
So it's kind of like Christmas for the body shop guy.
It is, totally is.
You have
totally
instead of the part just coming to you, you don't know what I actually bought. Santa Claus for the body shop guy brought.
Let's see. All right.
So
how's
this
thing open?
It opens in any direction you want. So this one, I was actually like, this was an eBay find. Now the guy who had this listed actually had this listed as part of a rear bumper. So either I bought a rear bumper part or I knew what I was looking for, even though he had it mislabeled on eBay, and I bought the right thing.
Great, Craig.
Because you remember, you said we needed the passenger side, and we didn't know what it was called, right? And then through my research, I found out that that is called a front bumper cheek.
Oh, the cheekies, yes.
The cheek.
The
so,
cheekies. I remember that.
Yes. And the cheeks have an outer and an inner. Are you an outie or an innie?
I'm an Audi.
Okay, you're an outie?
I'm an Audi here.
I'm an Audi R8.
I'm an Audi right here. Ready?
Right. Yeah, let's
You guys ready to see this?
Yeah, it's very, very spectacular.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
What?
Oh, we got a little traded paint on there. Not too bad. Tabs are good.
All the tabs are good, which is the main thing. Some nicks, some things we're gonna have to fix.
Yeah. It's covered in PPF.
Covered in PPF. Oh, it has PPF
Yes,
in it.
look.
Dude,
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna have to go get a heat gun and
This is like when the archaeologists find stuff that's like encased in ice.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, we just gotta melt it and it's ready. Yeah, look at that.
Yep.
Just in case we have any doubters at home.
There's the ripping of the PPF.
Mm-hmm. There's your prophylactic
All
right there.
Look at this. It already has that plastic.
That.
It has that. That's what you were worried about, right?
You were worried more about it than I was. I told you, I'm pretty sure that's what's in the diagram.
You think so?
That's the piece.
That's the piece, the inner piece that I then just ordered again.
I don't know. I told you not to.
Well, I ordered it, but I can always return it within 30 days.
I don't think they get the...
They don't get it?
No, they don't get the gist.
Show them.
Okay. I mean...
But I'm just super psyched that that was listed as a back part, and I was able to get it at a very good price.
I've been there.
And did I get the right thing?
I think you're good.
I got the right thing. Everybody celebrate.
Celebrate at home.
All right.
Crack your beers.
That's Christmas.
It's an eBay Christmas.
It's an eBay Christmas. So I got.
Yes.
Well, no, I want to show you. Where's it at? Flip it. Flip it.
Flip it?
Yes.
You're flipping
right,
it?
Right there.
Oh, God.
Genuine.
Why do you keep harping
Lexus
on that?
parts. It's Toyota parts for a McLaren.
Okay, well, technically, Lexus is,
Toyota.
yeah. No, what I'm saying is it means something. It's abbreviated for something.
It's abbreviated. Lexus.
Yeah. Lexus.
If you know down in the comments what Lexus is abbreviated for, because I have no clue.
Something export US.
Ah, luxury.
Yes.
Okay.
Luxury export US.
Huh.
Sorry, you don't get the. So this is technically luxury export US.
Now, I wanted to get Edward all of the body panels as quickly as possible so that when we go to the paint, he can get them prepped and ready to go. Now, some of the other inside parts of the bumper that we still need to get, those are on the way. This is the last body part from the bumper that we were not going to be reusing from the old crappy bumper.
Old crappy bumper is gone.
More tape.
Yeah. Here, Greg. Hold my bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
Oh, God. They got real serious with this.
Hey, you get to do more tape. It's like multiple layers of fun.
It's just like Christmas when they did this to me. Ooh, looks pretty beat up, Greg.
I hope not.
Oh my God, look.
Really?
Yeah, somebody was kicking this one around. But so long as it's intact enough for us to fix it, we're not gonna cry. It ain't a brand new part. We know that for sure.
No, it's not a brand new part.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is a brand new upper for the McLaren 650S in white. So how are our tabs look?
Look, that's how they're supposed to look.
Wait, what do you mean?
You remember what they looked like before?
Are you talking about the adjustable, bounceable?
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to look.
They're hard fixed?
The other one was just a piece of plastic that was bent at an angle.
Now we are gonna have to get a couple of the sensors there.
Easy peasy, baby.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
But the main reason I wanted this particular one is this is all intact. All of these are intact.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere where we need to clip it up is good to go. Now it's got scratches and it's got.
We're okay with it.
Yeah, we can fix all that. That's
Turns out
expected.
there's a body shop nearby.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. So.
Beautiful, Craig. Wonderful job.
And white is a good starting point.
We're gonna paint the whole car white before we do other things to it.
Before we do a different color. What I want to do, and you're gonna be like, Craig, why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this, Craig?
I want to put out everything that we got so far so we can talk to the audience about what we're still missing, what we're still expecting.
No. Would you like me to put this up against the front of this car?
Oh. I like visual. I wanted to give you guys an idea of what I have, what I've given Edward, and where we're going with this front bumper. So like we showed in the last video, we got the carbon lower, we got the brand new upper with all the good tabs, we've got the passenger side front grille. This one had no problems.
Right.
We've got the new bumper cheek on the passenger side. The original orange bumper cheek on the driver's side was good. Now what we're still missing and what we don't have, I actually ordered these today from McLaren Houston. We got a brand new grille for the driver's side that we still need. We've got two brand new parking sensors for the center of the middle bumper that are coming. Those should be here tomorrow. And then we've got the bumper foam insert from the McLaren 650S. Now, in order to get all of these parts, I have had to order stuff from North America, UK, and Australia in order to make a complete bumper out of recycled.
That's what happens.
It's because all these cars are crashed in the front. And getting the right combination of parts secondhand at a decent price is a challenge. But that's just the update that I wanted to give them for the front bumper, just to give you guys an idea. We're getting closer and closer. Now I want to take you through what we've already done with the McLaren 650S and kind of where we're going. And we're going to talk a little bit about paint colors and the challenges around painting a supercar, correct?
But yeah, I mean, there's some challenges.
All right, so one of the things that's going to be a special surprise in this renovation is we are going to be doing a complete, not a complete, but a pretty large interior upgrade to the McLaren 650S. So this McLaren 650S has just a standard black leather interior, and my back would get all sweaty and disgusting and everything else. There was nothing, nothing that was very special about the interior. So as you guys can see, we've already pulled out the entire door cards on both left and right side, as well as taking out the seats. I will tell you that after we took out these seats, we found 75 cents, a dirty comb, and a bunch of broken glass. So apparently on this side of the car, over on the driver's side, either this passenger side window was replaced, the windshield was replaced. I'm not exactly sure what was broken, but
of course the windshield was replaced.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get this all cleaned out now. We took all the interior parts over to the vault to Brian Hutchinson and the team, and they are putting together something special for us. So in one of the next upcoming videos, we're gonna take you to Harry's Upholstery Shop here in San Antonio, Texas, and show you what the overall design and plan is, 650S interior. In the last video, you guys, I did put a poll on my Instagram for what color change that I would potentially be interested in for the McLaren 650S. I'm gonna show that poll and the results of that poll right here. And as you guys can see, the blue was the winning color. As a body shop professional and professional in the world of paint, what are some of the challenges with a car in a specialty color like McLaren Orange if we were to do a full color change on this car?
Trimming.
Trimming.
We're gonna take a lot of pieces off. I mean, we're gonna have to take the doors off. We're We're gonna have to pull complete panels apart. Don't get me wrong, I've done it before. Matter of fact, I'll even supply you with some pictures from a 720.
Okay.
And you can see those, so we'll flash those somewhere. However, this car is gonna have to be stripped down. I mean, completely. We would have to take apart the mechanism that holds the roof just to get the slightest little edges that are inside of there hidden that we can't actually spray into. Because if you see that thing moving and you see orange, you can just all imagine how horrible that would look. And how, even though you know what goes into it, how rushed of a job it would look like. So we're definitely not doing having a blue peek out or an orange peek out on a blue. You're gonna make that out night and day. If it was a black to a blue, we'd probably get away with something like that, but not an orange to a blue. And I can guarantee you that all of this stuff is painted right and all up tucked underneath, you know, tucked underneath everywhere. So follow me and I'll show you. You can see some of this, like these are held in with an adhesive right here, getting the paint inside of this. It would be complete nightmare. These are actually held together and glued together when they make the door. So getting it inside of there would be really bad. We're not gonna end up doing that because once this comes down, you don't realize until you start looking at it very closely how much of a showpiece these two doors are. Now look at it from the front. Let's get down low, Craig, if you would, where the tire is, and look at all of that orange that would have to be taken care of. Again, the same style. We have it, but it's up under here. So you've got that big gap that you have to get paint inside of. Now when you spray paint and it hits something, like let's say for instance, we spray paint and it hits this tire, which of course we'd never want to do, you'd actually be able to come back and see a line on that tire. Not complete perfect straight line, but you'd be able to see that line. And that's what we'd end up with inside these door gaps. Come on this way, Craig. Right here, even though we could try and take all of that apart, inside of both of these, all of this would have to come apart, which this piece pops out, then this piece, then the entire rocker, and then, you know, we could get paint under there, but we're talking like a lot of this will come apart, but not as much as we have to if we were to change the color. So what we did was we found a few ideas for Craig, and we said, well, what if we stick to the orange? But let's make the orange better.
Okay, what did you have in mind? What, you want to show everybody?
I do.
Yeah?
More orange.
More orange?
And more orange.
All right, let's get that under some better lights so everybody can see.
Okay, so what we've done here, and let me just give this a little, all right? So we've got a few here. Now, the difference is you're like, oh yeah, it's just a little bit darker and whatnot. Let me bring out the sun gun here. And now you can see it's not a candy orange, but it definitely carries some candy characteristics to it. And there's some gold pearl in there, so it flops. So it does a lot of fun stuff with the light. I don't know if you guys can see it happening like I can see it, but it really bends the light. So I think that once this style of paint, this is another one we did over a white background. This one was a slightly gray background, but this one was over the white. Craig seems to like this one better. I like this one better. This one's more expensive. Craig always likes expensive stuff. This one's a little bit more eco-friendly. So just to show you real quick, what I'm gonna do is, the way it'll bend this light, I shot these a little while ago. They're slightly wet. Not all the way wet, but slightly wet.
So as you guys can see, the McLaren orange to the new shade of orange, but it's a lot deeper, has more of a pearl, has a little bit more of a transition as we move in the sun.
More pop, more pearl.
It's definitely gonna look a lot more attractive than just the base McLaren orange, in my opinion. Now, others might have a different opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. But let me tell you a little bit more as to why I decided that I'm gonna probably just stick with the orange. Am I a little disappointed about not being able to? Blue is my favorite color. My Ford Raptor's blue. Everything in my house is blue. At the same time, not like I don't like orange. Orange was one of the colors that I did have on that Instagram poll. And after talking to Edward and talking to some other people, don't get me wrong, I am a little disappointed that blue is as hard to do as
blue over orange.
Blue over orange is pretty dang difficult, as well as the fact that I'm actually a little scared to take out all of the harness, take out all of the door components, a lot of the components that are in the hardtop convertible. And so, out of as one of our political people would say, out of an abundance of caution, in resale, and I really want to start driving this car. I don't want it to be in a body shop for the next 3 months. Hey, there's no reflection of Edward. But that's a very, very complex paint job. It's not like the orange is not a complex paint job. I'm actually really excited with what Edward has done, mixing it up a little bit with the pearl, different kind of darker tone of the orange. I think it's gonna have a lot more depth. lights. So tell me what you think down in the comments below. Should I be changing it a little bit? Should I stay McLaren orange? My decision is we're gonna go forward with, I don't know what we're gonna call it. We're gonna have to come up with a name for our orange.
We can always let them give us some name suggestions.
Absolutely, great idea. So if you have a suggestion for what we want to call this new version of orange that my McLaren is going to be, please let us know down in the comments. I really appreciate everybody out there participating in the survey as we decide what color to paint my 650S. So many of you, if you're on the McLaren Life McLaren forum, may have seen a post from me where I was out looking for McLaren 650S GT3 parts. Originally, I wanted to take a McLaren 650S Spider and turn it into a McLaren 650S Spider GT3. And I had no clue as to how limited the McLaren 650S GT3 cars actually were. I mean, I contacted race teams in New Zealand, in the UK. Does anybody have a spare bumper? Does anybody have anything on the front? And you know, I got a couple things back, a lot of scammers, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's just such a rare and expensive conversion that it wasn't gonna work out. But I did have a great idea and something that I wanted to do. Edward, I basically said the idea to Edward, and Edward's like, you know, I think that's something that we can do.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we're gonna show you guys, I'm gonna put a little clip up here of the rear end of a McLaren 650S GT3. And as you guys can see, that is the McLaren 650S GT3 rain light on the back. Now here is what my McLaren 650S looks like today between those two exhaust tailpipes. It is nada. It is, well, right now, because we've got some things missing here, but it's just the trim pieces that everybody seems to keep up be missing and looking for and never have. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, just like the McLaren 650S GT3, we are gonna put a rain light here that's tied to the brake lights that will let everybody know that when Craig's in front of them, danger, danger, do not get too close.
Yeah, man, because he'll slam them brakes on you.
So,
especially in the rain.
We're gonna go into a little bit of time lapse here of Edward putting on a base coat as well as a clear coat, his concoction of and version of the McLaren 650S GT3 rain light.
It's gonna happen.
Edward, what are you doing?
Oh, right now I'm just wiping this bad boy down, making sure that it's nice and clean. Before we apply a little bit of black sealer, we're doing what's kind of referred to as a little shotgun wetting here. I'm gonna shoot this light tacky. Guys, I'm not putting on a mask and all that, so please don't judge me at home. It's just a small part. I'm standing right in front of the fan, so we're just gonna let that overspray finally mist into the void.
All right, Edward, your version of the McLaren 650S GT3 light.
Well, I started to paint that earlier. I know you guys saw it.
Dude, that is super cool.
So I'm gonna put this back on and shoot some clear on it, and then we can put it on, probably pop it on the car.
Okay, so question for you though. So what did you have to do to the existing trim pieces that were in the back of the back grille?
I had to cut them, modify them, use, I didn't use like any bondos or fillers. I actually used stuff that was just made for that type of plastic. So that way it could swell and move in the weather if need be. And you know, because the heat is pretty hardcore. So there's no filler or bondo in here. This is actually just the plastic epoxy style stuff, and put it together, feathered it out, should be good. This is the first one. I think the next one I can probably like put a little shroud on it. I can do a lot of different things with it.
And as you guys can see back down in here, it is seamless, integrated into the trim pieces, and just like the 650S GT3, it's going to sit right in the same exact spot. We're going to then tie it into the back tail light section of my McLaren 650S, and it's going to look pretty close to OEM. We're going to go ahead now and shoot some clear on it and get that shine on. Shiny. If someone in our audience, say it's an owner of a McLaren 650S MP412C, someone with this same back end, is interested in one of these, could you make another one?
Yeah, totally.
All right.
I can make these at the end of every day. I can make them while I eat a sandwich.
If you guys in the audience have a McLaren 650S and you were interested in getting a custom McLaren 650S GT3 rain light for the back of your car, drop a comment down below, hit me a DM on Instagram at Midlife Crisis, reach out to DrFlowDesigns on Instagram. If you're not following them, you should. And give me a red light. Yeah, give me a red light. Just a little something, a little touch to make your McLaren that more motorsports ready.
Yeah, man. Look at that clear, dude. It's just flowing right out, isn't it?
Looks good.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Kind of hard to believe it's the cheapest one I got. I'm kidding, Craig. I'm kidding. Only the best for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In the next clip, you are going to see the final product on the back of the McLaren 650S and see what the final product actually looked like.
All right, guys, check this out. Here is the completed rain light, as Craig likes to call it. Check this out, Craig. We'll clip this out here just for a second, and you can see how it goes in. I did that to mark the green little dots there on the screws. I don't know if you guys see it. Just basically goes in there. I don't want to clip it in just yet, but as you can see back here, we have our spots to put our nut washer and bolt on. I've got an oversized washer, so it goes past this grill right here and right here. And here's our lights, and that is where we're at. This is our wires for our light, and we'll be shooting right over to one of the brake lights, hopefully not setting off a bulb indicator. But Craig, hopefully you like this and you love it, and we can make more of it. Talk to you guys later.
So never wear a white shirt to a body shop.
The black one too, man. Look at that.
Well, if you guys may have noticed, this is a prototype shirt. I'm testing the waters on doing some Midlife Crisis merchandise. This is the test shirt for my Midlife Motorsports line of t-shirts and clothing, hoodies, and other things.
Spin around. There you go.
Yeah, so as you saw in the last video, I'm not talking to the camera, but don't buy your spec, build your spec.
That's right.
And this is the very first one we're doing here with the McLaren 650S. So if you guys would be interested in potentially purchasing some Midlife Crisis merchandise, please let me know. Working on a couple different designs for t-shirts, hoodies.
And I will make sure that Craig here gets some darker colors for our plus size folks, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, because he likes to just put on white and he thinks that that's flattering all the way. It's not flattering for us. We need a little something darker.
So if you are like us
curve.
in your midlife and you enjoy motorsports, if you are a full-on car enthusiast, please let us know if you would like to partake in some Midlife Crisis merchandise. And as always, this is just the first update video in a whole series of updates as we get ready for this car show coming up in the next month, and we transform and renovate my McLaren 650S Spider into something that is completely and utterly transformed into something that's brand new and something that we are both extremely proud of.
Right.
And so if you guys like this kind of content, the update style, it's not a how-to, it's not do this, do that. Please let us know down in the comments. We're always trying to improve the Midlife Crisis channel with content for you as viewers. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next update. Talk to you later.